As the violence intensifies, the decision to leave Ukraine and become a refugee is not an easy one, especially if some family members are being left behind. Victoriia Khutorna is now in Western Ukraine after fleeing with her brother and her sister-in-law. But Victoria's mom, who lives outside of Kyiv, did not leave, and Victoriia has not spoken with her mom in 11 days. Victoriia is joining us live now. I know you're fearful of your mom's safety right now, given what we're seeing happen in Kyiv. Tell me about the last conversation that the two of you had.
Hello, thank you for having me on air. Yes, the last time we spoke was March 5th. Me, my brother, and my future sister-in-law, we're moving from the city near Kyiv to western part of Ukraine in terms of safety. And I was texting to my mom constantly because she wanted to know how everything is going. Is the road safe and everything like this? And then she asked me to call her in a couple of hours, and I tried to, and I couldn't because the connection was already broke. And I tried to call her friends from the city and my friends from the city, and there was already no connection. So I understood that whole area is cut off, and there is no internet, there is no connection. And later on, I found out that probably something happened there, and probably there is even no electricity in the city anymore. Mm-hmm. So for 11 days, people in Ivankiv area, which is very close to Chernobyl, it's 40 kilometers from Chernobyl nuclear power plant, and 80 kilometers from Kyiv. The city and the whole area is occupied with Russian troops. There is no electricity, there is no water, there is no food. People, I don't know how they survive, truly. I can't even imagine this. Yeah. But they have to fight for their life because the whole city is occupied by Russian military. And we had the information they go to houses, they are looking for ex-military, Ukrainian military, for people with Ukrainian symbolic tattoos and everything like this. And they're also looking for a mayor of the city. That's a woman. She's currently hiding in basements. And I truly don't know how long they can keep going without any help, because all bridges to Ivankiv and Ivankiv area was destroyed by Ukrainian military.
Let me jump in here, Victoriia. Tell me about your mom's plans. Was she anticipating an opportunity to relocate? Was she trying to get out?
There was already no way to get out, because the first day the full invasion happened, it was very unexpected that Russian troops occupied the whole area so fast. And it was February 24th, and then February 25th, they already Ukrainian military, they destroyed bridges that lead from Ivankiv to Kyiv, and in order not to let Russian troops to go there. And after that, other bridges that leads to Kyiv, the way they could get out also was broken. And I have an information that a couple of people tried to leave the area, and it was unsuccessful. For example, one medicine worker, she tried to leave with the patient, and she was shot at. Mm.
Hearing that, I can't imagine the thoughts that are running through your mind right now about your mom's safety. Have you exhausted all efforts in trying to get in touch with her? What are some of the ways that you're trying to get information about her whereabouts? Is there anything you can do?
Probably at this moment, there is nothing we can do, because we've tried to connect her through friends who stayed there, through some other people, through chats and social media. Also, I have a journalist who was raised in the same city as I, and he sometimes do the updates on the situation in the town, but he has so little information about everything is going, because he didn't really tell us the way he gets the information. He said that's not internet, it's not just phone connection, probably that's something better. Right. With rations. And the most surreal thing is that they Russian go there to make news for their television, like that everything is going great on that area, and they are helping currently people with provision and food.
Well,
which is surreal.
We know that not to be true. We've seen the images. Victoriia, we're thinking about you. I know it's difficult to not know where your mom is. I hope that she's with someone and that she finds her way out. We'll be keeping in touch with you so you can give us some updates on how things are going. Thanks again for taking some time to talk to us. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.